Chabalala, would you proceed to read the notice of meeting?
Notice is hereby given that the at 1400 in the Council Chambers, First Floor Civic Centre, Mayerton. Agenda, opening and welcome.
Again, welcome here. It's good to be here again and to see all your friends. I missed you. I hope you missed me.
Absence.
I've received 3 applications for leave of absence. One was from Alderman Patricia Hutchison. She is in hospital at the moment. He's at the university with sittings there over the schedules and exam things and so on. Excused. I also received a message from Councillor Morini. She's busy with a family affair that needs her attention, and so we're happy to go. Councillor.
That's about my man for being here.
I don't think I'm going to put it to the vote. We ask Councillor Mariana Kruger to take her seat over there, our acting chief whip for the day. Can we proceed then?
Condolence or congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to mention the birthdays that are around this time of the year. In November we had 2 birthdays. Councillor Chantal Gomez, MC, on the 1st of November, I believe, and Pretorius in absentia, he was on the 6th of November. And then for December, it's questions. I don't think that's very polite. Lillian, thank you for being with us. It's good to see you again. Are you fully recovered?
Not fully recovered.
Any other? Councillor. So happy birthday to her as well. Can we give you a
is one person was anything you wanted him to be for you, he was there for you. And many of our current aldermen and other councillors have grown up under his hand. I know that you will miss him and that you do appreciate what he's done for all of us. I also want to say thank you to and on behalf of the family. He shared his funeral day with us, his funeral with us. It was astounding to see and we really appreciated it, and I also appreciated it. So, Freddy, rest in vrede, rest in peace, Nduna, Morena, rest in peace. Thank you very much.
I propose on that note that we just silence. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Are there other councillor and yes, MMC Gomez?
Thank you, Speaker. We would like to send our condolences to one of our teams from the roads team, Rufus Ndor. We would just like to extend our condolences to him and his family. Thank you.
Thank you, MMC. MMC Myberg, did you have a hand up? Are there others? Yes. Councillor Morley King.
First, he's popularly known as the president of the 2000 for the winning of the sports. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Are there others?
Thank you. I would also like to congratulate Peter Steph Dutoy for being chosen the world best player in 15s rugby. So congratulations to Peter Steph.
Councillor O'Donnell.
This inclusion in the athletics team to Bloemfontein and have a national meeting, and that's a really honor for that child.
Councillors, before we proceed, may I just ask that you all speak into the microphones when you address the council or me, because we are live streaming and it's not speak directly into the microphone. Thank
you. Speaker, Class for 20. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I'd just like to take this opportunity to really just thank all councillors for the support, the prayers, the messages with well wishes. It's been a tough 3 months, and I really just want to everything and to appreciate to be alive. You know, when you get a near-death experience, it only emphasizes that, you know, how precious life is, first of all, and how it reminds us to really just live. So I'm very grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to God and my ancestors that I'm here. Because having come from resuscitated, you know, you tend to appreciate life a lot more. So thank you, Speaker. Thank you to the Mayor also and Marianne for coming to the hospital to see me, and Councillor Buena and Councillor Grace. There's so many people I'd love to thank. I'd like to thank Mam Buena as well at the back there, who's just been taking care of me. May God bless her abundantly. And for condolences, I'd like to wish my deepest condolences to Ward 1 Councillor Freddy. He will be sorely missed. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Anybody else? Any other hands? Yes, Councillor.
Hello, Speaker. Speaker, let me congratulate you. I can see that today we'll be conferring the aldermanship to you. Mayor, happy birthday in advance. This is one person who does not forget my birthday. Even all councillors can forget, but I know that I'm going to receive a phone call from the mayor, so thank you very much. Councillor Lillian, welcome back. Let me also pass my sincere and heartfelt condolences to the entire DA family on the passing of Councillor Freddie Peters. I think he was one genuine person. He came to me one day and said, Councillor, I differ with you with everything, but if there's one thing we agree on, it's language. So he loved Afrikaans, so maybe today I need to speak only Sesotho just to remember Councillor Freddie Peters. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. And you guys will have to pass the resolution, so until that happens, I'm just Councillor. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Please proceed.
Confirmation of minutes of previous meeting. Recommendation that minutes of the 9th council meeting held on 31/2024 be approved.
Are there any issues with these minutes? Are then accepted and passed. Mr. Roy?
Recommendation that the minutes of the 4th special council meeting held on 12th November 2024 be approved.
Is everybody happy with these minutes? These minutes are adopted, passed.
Questions of which notice has been given? There are none. Motions or proposals deferred from previous meetings? There are none.
Thank you so much, Speaker of Council, Councillor Alan Matlach, Alderman Miponi Modikeng, Alderman Corey Papers, members of the Mayoral Committee, fellow councillors, Municipal Manager Mr. Anton Groenewald, heads of departments, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, or good afternoon rather, Sanbonani. Good afternoon, I'm greeting you. That sounds better. Speaker, I wish to once more extend my deepest condolences to the family, friends and colleagues of Ward 1 Councillor and former Speaker of Council, Freddie Peters. Councillor Peters passed away on the evening of 10th November 2024. Councillor Peters was an active community member, activist, and leader who selflessly served the people of Midvaal. He leaves behind a legacy of service, of community, and unwavering commitment to the ideals he held dear. Midvaal is what it is today because of his tireless efforts, his passion, and his belief in the potential of this municipality. We owe him a debt of gratitude for all of his efforts. May his soul rest in peace. Speaker, I would like to congratulate the Klip Caravan Park on being recognized as one of South Africa's top 100 hospitality spots. Klip Drive is located along the Klip River in Rothdean, offering a breathtaking natural beauty welcoming for all visitors. This recognition is a clear reflection of the growing tourism potential within our municipality. Speaker, can you take me with the phones that are used?
Let's show the State of the House.
A clear reflection of the growing tourism potential within our. I would also like to congratulate Linka Meats Factory for winning an industry national stakeholder of the municipality that always partners with us and asking them to take part in social upliftment projects. Speaker, Midvaal Local Municipality has initiated procurement for a public-private partnership as part of its efforts to become less reliant on Eskom and to improve the management of its electricity network infrastructure. The PPP process follows a comprehensive feasibility study conducted by the municipality and the Development Bank of South Africa on our entire electricity infrastructure. The PPP is for the financing, design, management, operation, maintenance, expansion of the electricity distribution network, as well as the provision of electricity distribution services currently managed by the municipality within its licensed areas. Midvaal is also in the process of developing a feed-in tariffs that will allow Midvaal customers that have approved small-scale embedded generation feed into the municipal grid excess power generated and be credited for it. I know Corey Papers is happy with this one. We can tell Dani at, what do you call the sheep farm, Gerrit? Councillor Gerrit, Dani Barnard, that finally all of his electricity that is feeding into our grid, he can now be compensated for it once. The actions on infrastructure, repairs and maintenance, the feed-in tariff and the PPP are all geared towards achieving the following overarching objectives. One, ensuring security and continuity for all. Ensuring access for both low-income households and industry. 3, protecting the largest revenue stream of this municipality. 4, protecting the community against Eskom annual price escalations by including independent power producers in the PPP agreement. Also ensuring the long-term sustainability of the electricity service, which in turn protects the long-term sustainability of this municipality. It was imperative for the municipality to embark. The financial sustainability of Midvaal is directly linked to the success of our electricity operations, which are a core function of this municipality. Electricity is our largest single source of revenue, and we must take decisive steps to safeguard the crucial income stream. Midvaal local municipality is committed to spearheading innovative solutions that will protect residents from power disruptions and steep electricity price increases. Speaker, Midvaal also continues to be ahead of the curve on implementing projects, particularly the token identifier rollover. Many municipalities and areas in the country were in a panic due to the looming deadline to convert standard transfer specifications or key revision number 1 to the key revision number 2 vending system. Midvaal initiated the TID rollout project in August 2023 and completed it in August 2024 within 12 months, reaching ahead of the scheduled November deadline. And I think that deserves a round of applause. Even the EFF can clap because your residents and also part of your supporters are now getting electricity. The municipality spent 13 million rand and converted over 6,756 prepaid meters. I would like to congratulate the engineering team and all stakeholders involved for their commitment to this project. I think they also deserve a round of applause for me. The proactive steps taken ensured that our residents did not experience any or difficulties with their electricity tokens after the 24 November deadline. Speaker, we have invested over 900,000 rand in upgrading local parks for recreational use. We recently unveiled upgrades at the Oval Park in Henley on Klip, which has been equipped with outdoor gym equipment, a children's play area, and a half-sized basketball court. Additionally, the Rodin Park has been upgraded with the new play equipment for children. These improvements are part of our ongoing efforts to provide facilities and to encourage our communities to enjoy the outdoors and lead more active lifestyles. The municipality has plans to further enhance the parks with irrigation systems and fencing subject to budget availability. We remain committed to investing in the development, upgrade of all of our parks to ensure that our residents have safe public spaces to enhance their quality of life. Speaker, we recently completed the upgrade of Rooibok and Morris roads in Meyerton Farms. We also upgraded Anchovy Road in Val Marina. The upgrades included milling an existing asphalt and replacing it with a new surface. On Rooibok Road, we added edge beams, curbs, and speed humps. This road carries heavy loaded trucks, so it was essential to ensure they are durable and sustain the loads. Local residents and SMMEs also benefited from the project, reflecting our commitment to inclusive development. Speaker, on 19 November, we handed over 40 certificates to Midvaal residents who completed training in health and safety as part of the Rodin water pipeline project. The project focused on replacing outdated asbestos pipes with UPVC pipes. We have made it a standard feature in many of our major projects for contractors to hire and train local residents. This is part of our ongoing effort to upskill our community and enhance their employability. Speaker, on Wednesday, 13 November 2024, we joined teams and inspectors from Development and Planning, along with environmental officers from our Community Services Department, for a joint raid on spaza shops. We conducted oversight visits and raids in Sikelo as well as Didier. What we found at stores was truly appalling. Many spaza shops were operating in non-compliant buildings, lacking essential safety features such as fire extinguishers. Some were selling expired food or counterfeit products. For those attuned to current affairs, you'll be aware of the allegations of people dying after consuming food purchased from these spaza shops. As a local municipality, We must play our part in our community. I welcome President Cyril Ramaphosa's call for all spaza shops to register within their local municipalities. I am pleased to share that Midvaal officials have already begun the registration process for these spaza shops. This initiative will greatly assist in us ensuring that all shops comply with the necessary regulations and standards. And just to elaborate further, this does not only talk to spaza shops as we know them. It speaks to hair salons, shops that are selling clothes, general dealers, not only owned by foreigners, but even owned by local people. It's important that as council, we ensure that we encourage people to come and register by the municipality to ensure that they are compliant. And the reality is that many of these spaza shops, as we know them, cannot be compliant because of a number of factors, ranging from issues of building compliance, building regulations, not complying with your zone, your correct zoning for those particular businesses, lacking fire extinguishers, property owners or shopkeepers that sleep inside the businesses. We are, however, calling on every business, spaza shop or hair salon to come and register if they can get a permit to operate their spaza shop. The municipality will be coming very hard on these particular businesses so that we are compliant. Speaker, on Friday, 22 November 2024, we hosted the second summit at the Midvaal Christian Center. The event was a massive success with at least 1,000 young people in attendance. We brought together a range of stakeholders from government departments, private businesses, NGOs, rehabilitation centers, and youth support to provide immediate assistance and guidance to the young people. The stakeholders numerous pledges, different companies, learnerships, training, and opportunities, internships, and more. I wish to thank our councillors who heeded the call when we asked them to lobby for young people to attend. Indeed, young people attended and benefited from the host of opportunities that our stakeholders brought. My commitment to this program, we will continue to host the Youth Summit on an annual basis until the end of this term. Speaker, it has indeed been a long and eventful year politically. We had a local government elections where each of you had obligations to your respective political parties. Yet, despite these demands, you never dropped the ball. You continue to serve the 105,000 plus residents of Midvaal with dedication and commitment. We have maintained our brand of excellent service delivery, from building new infrastructure to maintaining the existing, running impactful programs, and holding public meetings. We continue to be one of the most celebrated municipalities in the country, with accolades from various organizations and institutions. As we move forward, may we continue to serve with the same passion and drive. Our work is not yet done, and we must never become complacent. I'm encouraged by the positive feedback from my engagements with the people of Midvaal, who express their pride in calling this municipality their home. For this, I thank you. You are truly appreciated as councillors. Into the recess this December, I wish each of you a safe and restful holiday. For those traveling, please travel safely. Enjoy the festive season and come back refreshed, ready to take on another year of dedicated service. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Mayor.
Items of the Speaker. Item C 3415, conferment of aldermanship, Councillor Ellen McLachlan. There are no speakers for this item.
Ladies and gentlemen, as this item affects me directly, I will need to recuse myself. I'll leave the meeting in the hands of the municipal manager to proceed.
Good afternoon, councillors. In the absence of the Speaker, in accordance with Schedule 3 of the Municipal Structures Act, I will now call upon the nomination of Acting Speaker to preside over this item. Are there any nominations? Acting Chief Whip.
Thank you.
Nomination. Do we have a secondee for Councillor Salome van Rensburg? The secondee by Councillor Visser. Are there any alternatives? They're unopposed. The motion is passed. Speaker van Rensburg, can you please preside over the next item? Thank you.
We can proceed.
Yes.
We can proceed.
The region.
Item C 3415, conferment of aldermanship, Councillor Ellen McLachlan. There are no speakers for this item.
Just recognize me. Thank you so much, Acting Speaker. Mine is to congratulate Alderman Ellen McLachlan in his absentia. I think it is well deserved if you look at the history and the work that's been done by Alderman Ellen McLachlan. It is well. It dates back, Alderman Mudikeng, you will remember way before my time when he was previously the Speaker of the very same. It is well deserved and it is one that must be supported. I want to urge and encourage each and every councillor in this council to support and vote for the conferment of aldermanship for Councillor Ellen McLachlan. I thank you, Speaker.
Can we all agree on the item? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mayor, next time, they said you are the last person to speak in this council. Standing up before we, so please, Speaker, can you please address that? Can you rule on that?
We will address that next year. Thank you. Can I please ask Mayor and the MM to hand over the ward to Councillor Alan McLachlan? Sorry, Alderman. Thank you.
15, consolidated ward committee meetings attendance report for Q1, financial year 2024-2025, KPI 027. Speakers from the EFF and ANC.
Can I hear from Councillor Locker, please?
Speaker, thank you. Speaker. No, we only the committee, Ward Committee of Ward 2, there are people who are sharing one portfolio there. So I don't know in terms of the guidelines and in terms of remunerations again, because we understand that the Ward Committee can co-opt, meaning that they can be more than 10. They are 10 for now. Ne? Yes. But the purpose of the co-option, for me, is meant maybe if there is another services that need a particular person to deal with that. But co-option for sharing one, then we need clarity on one. This portfolio is engineering in Ward 2. We have Johannes and Henry van Niekerk. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Can I hear from Councillor Sitoli?
No, thank you, Speaker. I think that I've shared previously. One, let's start by rectifying page 10. In Ward 6, there is a vacancy in terms of disability. We are 9. But also, let me share with you, Speaker, I think you have organized a workshop for all Ward Committee members. I physically visited that workshop, and I was highly disappointed on the attended workshop. We have about 150 Ward Committee. Then when you are the members who are participating. So, and I think let's go for rerun that we have a very active Ward Committee. Frustrative, Speaker, because some of them submit report when they call your staff, they people who are willing to serve people. I think as councillors we are committed here. Who doesn't want to do any program? There's nothing, but he was to receive a salary or whatever stipend we might call it. So another thing, Speaker, I think I've sent you a number of emails and complaining about misbehaving of number of Ward Committee members. I got any response from you. We can't have a member of Ward Committee because she thinks she's good to run for councillorship and putting another life at danger. It's so uncalled. Because we can't have this report like we take it to Cocta. Hence people on the suffering. As we are seated here, people are frustrated because our phones are on silent, they can't reach us. But there are a number of members of committee at the ground who are supposed to be taking over on the PT issues, and they are doing none. They are doing none. And also to propose, if we can write it to Cocta, because 500 Rand stipend is not enough. We all know how expensive is the network and data these days. Maybe they must give them something better. Whoever will be elected must be able to run these portfolios. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. MMC.
Thank you, Speaker. Maybe let me start with the questions and comments from Councillor. I must say, Speaker, the questions or mainly the comments from Councillor is the same comments that we share from the Mayoral Committee. And I can confirm to the Councillor that there is engagement with the Speaker's office to review the policy dealing with our Ward Committee members, specifically to address the issues that you've raised. Also understand that Ward Committee members are governed by a policy of council, so most of the decisions in terms of how we're going to deal with them has to be amended coming from the policy perspective. The Speaker and I had a discussion also, I think it was yesterday, where the Speaker indicated that there are aspects of the policy that we need to look into. Therefore, we'll definitely bring in the item to council soon so that we can address the matters. Obviously, from our side, we also understand that our ward committee members are elected specifically to support the councillors, and the fact that they are not attending to functions that they are elected to is a matter of concern, but I can assure councillors that we are addressing that matter. With regards to the engineering portfolio in Ward 2, Councillor, I'm also noting that, so it's a matter that myself and the Speaker will investigate and then provide a report at the next council. Thank you so much, Speaker.
Thank you, MMC. Can we accept the item then, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much, Ms. Jawlala.
Item C3417, Consolidated IGR Attendance Report, KPI 019, Quarter 1, 2020-2025. There are no speakers for this.
Agreement? Thank you very much.
Item C3418, Report on Attendance of Council of the Council. Item.
See speakers here. Can we have Councillor Mokoma first?
Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, our concern that we normally have either on a council on our portfolio committees. To be honest, maybe it's working for others, but to us, really, it's compromising us. We are struggling, especially with network, Speaker. Like, for instance, yesterday I had a Section 80 meeting, and because of weather, I failed to log in. So can we please, Speaker, stick on physical meetings? It can work for us, Speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Setolia?
I thought, Speaker, you're going to protect us because it looks bad. Remember, we report on our political parties, but the report due to network, it looks bad. It's like you are not attending. While you are struggling to log in at some point, and you don't want to frustrate others, the chair of Section 80 by calling him and say, I'm struggling to log in. But the visual is not working for us, unless otherwise there's another method maybe for register in terms of this. But if you fail to log in, and will be considered as absent for that meeting, and at some point it's not your fault. You are struggling to log in. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. MMC?
Speaker, while I understand the comments from the councillor, I think for me it's quite shocking and disappointing that councillors are only bringing their issues at this particular platform. Obviously, councillors have their Section 80 meetings, and I would hope the proposal would go to their Section 80 meetings and be debated there, and only come to a mayoral committee or council if there's disagreements in that aspect. And I know from committees we always try to accommodate all the councillors. If councillors for whatever reasons are not able to connect wherever they are more than welcome to visit the offices, and then we can assist them in connecting. Speaker, each committee operates differently. I know in an instance of corporate services, this month alone we had about 4, if not 5, Section 80 committees, and councillors have indicated that where it's only one item that is being deferred from one meeting to the next, because we already are in agreement in our Section 80, such meeting can be held virtually. So my plea would be councillors to engage at their section committee level and address the issues there. And then if maybe they are not able to find each other, they are more than welcome to bring the matters to corporate services so that we can intervene. But in any case, Speaker, it still does not mean councillors, when they are struggling to connect, they can't forward an apology. It has secretaries, and they are there to support, and if there's any issues at any given time, councillors can forward an apology, which will be noted in a meeting and then accepted, or even after the meeting, it can still be forwarded, and then it will be forwarded to the chair for concurrence and so forth. So there's many alternatives, basically, that I would applaud councillors to really look into. So, yeah, I'm just trying to clarify that. But councillors, if you prefer your committees to sit physically, you are more than welcome to this section 8, and then it should be adopted. I don't see any issues there. Thank you.
Mayor?
Speaker, thank you. For me, reading the report is very concerning. And we had a lengthy discussion at Mayoral Committee regarding the lack of attendance of councillors at Section 80. So number one, I'm not aware of any virtual meetings that are being held. And I think firstly, it's for me now to find out, and my team, to say why are MMCs holding virtual meetings. Must be physical meetings as much as possible, unless there is a matter or an issue where you need to hold this meeting virtually. So it's for me, it's truly unacceptable. This is a structure of the mayoral committee. These are very, very important meetings that councillors must be attending. And the MM did advise me that he can deduct money from councillors that don't attend, without, especially those without valid apologies. Because there are some that do not even apologize or submit an apology. So if a councillor is doing that, we will deduct from your salary for that particular sitting of that meeting. So can we please just ensure that we attend the Section 80 committee meetings, and we ensure that we minimize the virtual meetings, unnecessary virtual meetings called by the department's MM. Yes, there may be instances where a virtual meeting does make sense, I understand, but it cannot be the order of the day all the time where we hold meetings, because maybe, I don't know what the reason may be, maybe the MMC is not at the office and is preferring to chair the meeting in his or her pajamas at home. It cannot be that way. So can you please just correct that? I'm putting it on record also for the MMCs to ensure that you hold your physical meetings as much as possible. Unless there is a valid reason why you are holding a virtual meeting, I will understand. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. Can we accept the item, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Ms. Chabalala?
Items of the section, there are none. Items of the mayoral committee, non-delegated matters. Item C3419, quarterly report from the environmental health section from 1 July 2024 to 30 September 2024. Speakers for this item is from the TYM.
Councillor Yanni?
Honorable Speaker. Speaker, I see that on this report, the competency of this health practitioners is for the district municipality, and a budget provision has been made to carry out this function. Currently, we're experiencing a nationwide crisis of food poisoning. So the question is this municipality well-resourced and capable to deal with this ongoing crisis? So that is what I want to know, Speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. Can I ask Community Services to address it?
Thank you, Speaker. Yes, it is indeed a crisis. And no, we're not well equipped, because our EHPs are subsidized. But with the equipment that we have in hand and the feet on the ground that we have, we are doing our absolute utmost. We're in meetings with government three times a week, and they are coming to the party with just assisting wherever they can. But as a municipality, they're not subsidizing as much as they should do, because they're also battling with funds. But it is improving, and we have done a lot of inspections, and we have done. Thank you.
I get to ke bona mkhukhu wa ona wa nela mane. But by engineering councillor, can you please address that one? Because so DA is failing. So in a nutshell, what we are saying, councillor, is that this municipality cannot respond effectively to this crisis that we are experiencing right now. Is that what you are saying? Because I think 3 weeks back, I saw the mayor and other MMCs doing inspection in different tuck shops. And even in his speech, he has expressed that they are responding positively now, but you are saying a totally different thing, that no, you are not well-resourced, you do not have the capacity.
Mayor, please address it.
It's not that, I think what maybe the MMC and the councillor are speaking past one another. So the reality is that environmental officers are, actually the whole environmental section is under Sedibeng District Municipality, as you indicated. So they are health inspectors or health practitioners that are actually funded and paid for by Sedibeng. And over and above that support that is being provided from Sedibeng District Municipality, the municipality has its own strategy in place. And until recently, the reality was that our bylaws were not as aggressive as the ones that we are going to approve in today's council meeting, which gives us now more teeth. And you are right when you say you saw us doing inspections. So what we did is we put resources together, Speaker. So we took the engineering department, who checked electricity, checked for connections, checked. Ultimately, when you find where there's a lack of compliance, it allows the municipality to shut down the business. Not only focusing on health practitioners or expired foods or expired goods. So we are saying as a municipality, those are not the only problems. We discovered illegal water connections to the tuck shop. We discovered electricity infrastructure inside that is not compliant to the municipality, where there is also no fire extinguisher inside the municipality. And that now, with the bylaws that we have, gives us teeth and muscle to shut. You cannot operate until such time that you are compliant with all of those issues that we have picked up. Because previously, unfortunately, the bylaws and also not having a municipal court is also very, very frustrated. I know that the district indicated to me that they are trying to look at the possibility of us taking our cases to Mfuleni's municipal court, where we can process some of these infringements there and get an outcome, because our local magistrates court is dealing with criminal cases as a priority at the stage over municipal bylaw infringements. So, Speaker, to the councillor's question, we are well capacitated, we are equipped. Obviously, we can do more in terms, we can do more with additional support of additional health practitioners. But we have a plan, and how we're doing it is combining our resources and going to these areas. And just to say, we could not implement the bylaw without getting a resolution of this today. So after today, you can ask me, this is when you will see now operations in our areas where we are going to be going in and ensuring that there is compliance and closing and shutting down businesses that are not compliant. But I also want to say that, throw it back to the council and say that each and every councillor must ensure that you speak to your residents, because there are local residents who are applying on behalf of these illegal businesses, spaza shops. To get a permit? No, not really you, Councillor Quinn. Mamkwena is coming to apply for a permit on behalf of some gentleman from maybe that is you know, not even registered or does not have valid papers even in the country. That is what we are seeing happening within our neighboring municipalities. Even here, we've had instances of that nature already, when the MMC opened the window and said, come and talk to us so that we can see if you qualify for the permit. So speaking to Council's question, yes, we do have a plan in place. We do have resources that we are putting together to tackle the situation. But yes, to the MMC's earlier response, we can do with more health practitioners and the support. I know that it is a matter that sitting within the Premier's office, there are IGR meetings that are regularly helping, where they are, or that we are regularly having, where they are also looking at supplying additional resources to curb this problem. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. Can we proceed then? Accept the item. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Blala.
Item C 3420, request assessment on the electricity distribution network in MyPad complex. There are no speakers for this item.
Do we have consensus? Next.
Item C3421, number of job opportunities created through the Midvaal local municipalities LED initiatives during the 2024-2025 financial year quarter one. There are no speakers for this item.
Thank you. Mr. Chabalala.
Item C3422, report on the establishment of a tourism bureau. Speakers for this item is from TYM.
Councillor Yanni.
I withdraw.
Do we then accept the item, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Please proceed.
Item C3423, draft report to consider the Midvaal acquisition and disposal of land and other land rights policy. Speakers for this item is from the ANC, TYM, Freedom Front Plus, and the EFF.
Thank you. Can I just confirm Freedom Front have withdrawn to speak on this item? Is that correct? Thank you. Can I then hear from the ANC who wish to speak on this item? That's Councillor also withdrawn. Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Yanni.
Withdraw, Speaker.
Thank you. Councillor Leslaughter, you're alone now.
Thank you, Speaker. No, Speaker, we went through this policy, but maybe we might have not noticed some of the provisions in this policy. What we want to put as a comment, Speaker, is that, or maybe in the form of a question, I don't know, that if you look at of any lease or sale agreement, should the receiver fail to use the land for its intended purposes for a period of 36 months. Now, the question that we ask it, Speaker, here, because the clause talks about two categories of people: the people who lease and the people who buy, because there is a way to the sale there. Now, does this apply to the person? And if there is 36 months without building a house, or maybe doing whatever he was intending. With leasing, yes, we do understand, but we need clarity as to does it end? Because we have even farms here, and they've done nothing with the farms, but they have 20 to 40 years owning those farms that are vacant and nothing is being done there. Even residential lands, it is the same thing. Does it apply to those kinds of people? Speaker.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Councillor, through you, Speaker. Councillor, this item speaks of municipal land that we own. So the item is trying to address, we have a lot of people in general want to borrow, lease, or buy municipal land, but unfortunately we currently don't have a policy that addresses how we deal or distribute our land. So it's not for private property, it's for municipal land that the community at large would like to use. Let's say we borrow you land to run a certain business, and within 36 months, because it's not used for 1 year. It's not for a land that you bought personally and want to develop. It's the land, it's municipal land that we are leasing or going to be borrowing to the residents going forward. I don't know if that answers your question.
Councillor Slaughter.
Speaker, she had answered me, but meaning that we need to clear this provision, this 8.1 in terms of the wording, because it says any lease or sale. So I don't know, our interpretation is not proper. But she has answered me by saying that if I understood the MMC well, this is with regard to the land that is being leased. But can maybe the MMC look at this wording, because I know maybe for now, don't know. But if the now speaker, if because the two ways there, lease and sale. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. I think we understand. Can I ask you just to check it for us and ascertain whether it needs an alteration or not, and that we attend to that?
I will do so. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On that note, can we accept the item, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much. Ms. Chabalala?
Item C3424, Final Pendale Valley Settlements Precinct Plan. There are no speakers for this item.
Are we in agreement? Thank you very much.
Item C3425, Combined Assurance Plan Quarter 1 Progress Report 2024-2025 financial year. There are no speakers for this item.
We pass the item. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please carry on.
Item C3426, Organizational and Operational Risk Register Progress Report Quarter 1 of the 2024-2025 financial year. There are no speakers for this item.
It would be nice if a few more people said that they agreed rather than just two. Thank you very much. Next, please.
Item C3427, ICT Strategy for Midvaal Local Municipality 2024 to 2026. There are no speakers for this item.
Do we agree?
Agreed.
Thank you. Ms. Chabalala?
Item C3428, Closing of Municipal Offices during December 2024 and January 2025. Speakers for this item is from the Freedom Front Plus.
Alderman Papers.
Speaker, thank you very much. Just a few questions. Have we got enough people on standby during the assembly?
Sorry, Alderman, the light on your phone is on. In your pocket? In your pocket?
Oh, I'm taking a picture. Thanks, Speaker. To put this off is quite a job. The question I want to ask is there enough people on standby? Because on page 307 I see that on sewer and purification it looks like there's nobody. They don't tell how many people is there, how many teams is there, so I don't know. And then, the sewer and the purification. And we need to make sure that we got enough electricians on standby. Because if somebody just drive quickly or fast through Riversdale, it's off. So it's a problem. So that's a problem, and there's two on the other side, sewer and purification. Thanks, Speaker.
Thank you. Can I ask for a response there from MMC Mokete?
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I can confirm that as a municipality, especially where services, on services that we provide, basic services, we will be operational, and user departments have made provisions in terms of staff that will be operating at certain times. So it's not just something that we came up. All user departments have commented, and they've also made provisions internally. So we are not shutting the municipality. The municipality will still continue as normal. Thank you.
Thank you, MMC. Can we accept the item then, sir? Thank you very much. Ms. Chabalala?
Item C3429, Dates for Meetings of Section 80 Committees, Mayoral Committee and Council for 2020 Year Planner. There are no speakers for this item.
Everybody in agreement?
Agreed.
I just want to urge you all to take note of those schedules so that you know when your meetings are and when they aren't and what is on the schedule. So please use them because that's what they're there for. Thanks very much. Ms. Chabalala?
Item C3430, Fleet Management Policy for Midvaal Local Municipality. There are no speakers for this item.
Do we agree?
Agreed.
Thank you. Ms. Chabalala?
Item C3431, Request to approve the renewal for restriction of access control as per Council Resolution C2165-10-2019 for Harts Valley residents. There are no speakers for this item.
Are we in agreement?
Agreed.
Item C3432, report on deviations from the supply chain management policy as required by the Municipal Supply Chain Management Regulations, month of October 2024. There are no speakers for this item.
Do we have consensus?
Noted.
Thank you very much.
Item C3433, report on financial results for the month of October 2024 as required by Section 71 of the Municipal Finance Management Act. There are no speakers for this item.
Are we in agreement?
Noted.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Item C3434, approval of partnership with Heineken Beverages and Ranyaka Community Transformation as implemented for the Midvaal Skills Development Center. Speakers for this item from the ANC.
Councillor Ramusho, I've got your name on the list for this.
I withdraw. It's okay, I'm covered.
Thank you, Councillor. Are we then in agreement, ladies and gentlemen?
Agreed.
Thank you very much. Please proceed.
Item C3435, establishment of a structure of the Municipal Executive Department separate from corporate services, 7th administrative function. Speakers from this item is from the Freedom Front Plus and ANC.
Can I ask to give Alderman Mori King the first bite at the cherry here, please?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Alderman. The first thing on this item, the paper speaks about the item was C3411, but agenda of last council is 3410. So if you can correct that. And secondly, Speaker, if we can get more background on this structure that we are teaching as a separate from corporate, because in the office of the item B, it says portfolio committees. So my understanding on the portfolio committee, it's section 8. Committees of the speaker are section 79. So if I can get clarity, these portfolio committees that we are talking about that are in the office of the speaker in terms of the new structure that we want to approve today. If I can get clarity, thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Can I ask for a response? Sorry, I need to ask for Alderman Papers to address this as well.
Speaker, thank you. Just one thing from me, this separation that's going to happen, are we going to have to build new buildings, or is it just going to separate and so we're not going to build? Okay. Alderman Speaker, that's all I want to say. Thank you.
You may have noticed, Alderman, that I'm already in a separate building, so we don't need another one. MMC Motsumaya?
Thank you, Speaker. I've noted the correction from Alderman Mudike. I think the HOD and committees are looking into it, and if there's a need for us to do a correction, we'll definitely do that in this council. The second one is the portfolio committees in the Speaker's office. I'm not sure which part of the item you are referring to, but my understanding is the Speaker's office has section in terms of portfolio committees, section 79 committees. But then in any case, they're not affected by this particular item, unless if maybe you can refer me to a specific sentence or paragraph that you are referring to, so that maybe I can clarify. With regards to the new buildings, there is no need for new buildings. We are talking about existing panels that are into, so there's no new stuff, there's no new happening. It's just the reporting structures that we are amending to make sure that we are best practices. And I think Alderman Mudikeng also asked another question, which was maybe a clarification. So Alderman Mudikeng, the municipality, obviously, as we grow and also look at best practices in terms of how other municipalities are operating, we've done a benchmark to investigate in terms of how these offices can be structured. So specifically, the office of the mayor as well as the office of the speaker. So it's for that reason that we are bringing this item, that we channel and make sure that there's clear reporting lines, and then to make the strategic office in terms of the office of the speaker as well as the office of the executive mayor are supported by the MM directly, as opposed to reporting to a department that may also follow different processes internally. So it's just aligning and making sure that we are using benchmarking and practices that we've investigated. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, MMC. Yes, Alderman.
No, MMC, page 468, on the comments of the municipal manager. There are those offices. The first one is office of the mayor. Second one is office of the speaker. There are items that are listed under the office of the speaker. It's council portfolio committees. Hence I said clarity. These portfolio committees, are they section 80 or section 79? The clarity on that, because remember section 80 are executive, 79 are legislative. So I wanted clarity on that one.
Thank you, Alderman.
Speaker, when we prepare items, they're circulated to different departments and different officials for them to comment. So this is the comments from the municipal manager, but does not necessarily mean we are implementing them. So the municipal manager had looked into other municipalities in terms of how they operate, and had made us aware that in future, maybe we can also look into those. Would need to, but indeed, Alderman Speaker, section 79s are committees of Office of the Speaker, and section 80s the mayoral committee. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, Executive Mayor.
Speaker, I just want to re-emphasize that there is no financial implication for this switch. So yes, Alderman Pipe building a third floor for people. So it's just in terms of the report we are doing. It doesn't make sense that the MM must report to corporate services to the ED while he's the MM. So, you know, those type of things, just to give you an example of how it was structured, etc. But there's no financial implication, or there's no new team. It's the existing people that's there. Thank you.
On that basis, can we accept the item? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please proceed.
C 3436, adoption of draft bylaws for township economies. A replacement page and an annex been circulated. Speakers for this item and ANC.
I'll start with the ANC. Alderman Mudikeng, start off with this one for us, please.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Actually, it's me, not Alderman.
I've got both names here.
Speaker, we do support this item, bylaws for township, but our request on this item, can we be workshopped as councillors, Speaker? That is our request.
Thank you, Councillor. Yes, I'm sure that can be arranged. Can we? Yeah, I'm sure. Then I have next on it, Councillor Oyani, you wanted to address this item as well? You withdrawn? Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.
Speaker, I'll talk Nanya on behalf of the EFF. Speaker, thank you very much. I think I've been discriminated discriminatory. I mean, what is the word? Discriminate against me with this item. Now I want to talk, now the EFF want to talk. Then the mayor gets to the podium and then talk about all my problems before I even started with this. So this I don't think it's a good thing. I think they listen off my phone calls and things. But nevertheless, what Mayor, what you said, Speaker, what you said about this is good, and it's good knowing this. And whatever the mayor said was also good. But I've got a problem. How is this thing going to work? There's a formal. There's going to be a formal. Yes, it's correct now. A formal regulation about this, and there's the other one. Is it going to be very different? How are we going to sort out the handling of ground, the divisions and the rights? How are we going to handle? Are we going to handle the same from the spas and in town, or is one or other way easier or whatever? Because I know that we struggle to do divisions of property. It takes a year or so, some of them. And how's this going to work to do that? It's going to take ages to try and do this. But the rest that I've heard is fine. We just need to do it. We must, whatever is good for one is good for everybody. Thanks, Speaker.
Thank you, Alderman. Your turn, Councillor Locker. Please address us.
Thank you, Speaker. That time you misled me, Speaker, because when you talk, you was looking at me. That's why I stood up here. Yeah, Speaker, we this by what is it? This policy by law, more especially when it also caters for the poorest of the poorest, the most disadvantaged, which is the people from the informal settlements. When we saw the clause with regard to the exceptions here, and was the very same people from the informal settlements. But these exceptions, we understand that they will, it is not a free ride because they will be regulated based on the condition that they are. Because we cannot request the building of a brick and mortar in a slashy way. Yeah, but with regard to this exception, I forget which clause is it, but it's there. It authorized the official's decision to grant or to deny the exceptions. In fact, the decision of the authorized officials is final with regard to this the exceptions, of which we agree also that it should be final. Now, the concern here, Speaker, is what if there is an error? You know, people will talk about error in judgment, error in law, error in what, error in the clause of this policy, whatever. The very same official denied this person, and it's final. We are raising this, Speaker, because we have never seen any clause that talks about the appeal. Something that will remedy if someone feels that the final decision in terms of this is not fair. So can we please, the authors of this policy, can they please go and check? Maybe we didn't see it, but it's not there according to us. that maybe we should have a place where a clause that will talk about the going to the next level or the appeal with regard to these exemptions. Because we understand that it is going to be difficult to regulate this if you also should make sure that you balance it, legislations, whether either it's health or it's engineering, whatever the legislation is there. And the criteria with regard to this exemption, what are we going to look at at this informal settlement, the exemption to be given? Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Klein, you still want to address this issue? Okay, thank you. MMC Modiba, please.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, to start with Councillor Leshoka, there is a process if the applicant feels that they were unfairly treated to appeal the decision. So there is that line that they can follow, and we can look. There's a different committee that would look at how or when or what happened. And then also you must remember, Councillor, there's a formal and informal businesses. So obviously the criteria will not be the same. What we're expecting from ShopRite will not be what we're expecting from somebody who sells in the location. But there are certain standards we can't overlook, like when it comes to food. Food gets treated the same irrespective of where we sell it. There are certain things we can look past, but like the food and things like fire certificates, those we need to look at because they form part of compliance. And obviously when we like buildings, you look at a building that somebody has in town to the one compared in the location, but there are certain criteria we are, but others we can't compromise also, because that's when the Safety Act comes in. Should anything happen, that's when the community will come back and say, but you were away and did nothing about. So there will be things we can overlook that say this is not such a major thing, we can help you comply, but unfortunately others will have to comply, and they form part of the standards in order for the policy or for the business to operate. And then, Councillor Mkhomo, it is noted we will arrange a workshop for all the councillors so that you are aware, and also tell the community when they do ask about the current policy that we are working with.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we then accept the item? Councillor Locker, you still have a problem?
Yes. Speaker, thanks for the explanation, MMC. You have explained. Can I suggest, Speaker, that we have something like, call it, normally when you have these policies and laws, there is some sort of the regulations, like, I don't know how can I put this, Speaker, something that will be standard, Speaker, and then saying that with regard to this is what we are looking at. Because if the authorized official will have the discretion without any guiding document as to what are we saying that. So my suggestion, MMC, is to say that maybe let's have a standard document that will say when you talk about the exceptions, we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Executive Mayor? Oh, sorry.
And then the other question was the township. Economic. That was my 2 questions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Speaker. Alderman, I did address it. I said you must remember there is something called informal and formal businesses. We don't treat them the same. They each have different bylaws. They each have different regulations. There are some that do correspond, but then how we treat a formal business. And I don't think I understand what you mean, Council Alderman, by are they going to have permission? You spoke about. I don't think I understand your first portion of the question, Alderman, where you spoke something about rights. So I don't know what you mean. Are you talking about business rights?
Speaker, I was talking about the division of land. If you got a, if you got to rezone, or what is the rights regarding that? You've got a sparsel shop and you want a new one. Is it going to be rezoned, and is it the same as every rezoning? That's what I want to hear.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Oh yes, when it comes to rezoning, it's the same. You need to apply for rezoning if you want to run a business. It also forms the criteria of the business that we are currently working with. So what we are currently doing is we are first registering all the spaza shops that we have. And then the second phase is that we will deal with the compliance where they need to rezone and so that portion we not take it out. They will have to rezone and say, my business was this, it was a residential one, now I want to have a business on it, and these are the rezoning works for everybody, irrespective of where you are. The only difference is that you can't rezone in a place like Extension 5 and Stelo because it's not a standardized house area. But if somebody has their own stand and has a house and has a business, that they have to rezone and apply for rezoning and the process to take place. It's only in the parts where it's informal way, certain place does not belong to an individual, where we will look at a different criteria for those ones. Thank you.
Mayor?
Speaker, thank you. I think it's still a draft bylaw, so we will welcome comments, I think, from both yourself as well as Councillor Lihloka, etc., on your input. So it's still a draft, it's not finalized. We're still going to go out on Resolution 2. It does talk about public consultation, so we will go and talk to the residents immediately once we've got the resolution here, so that we can get input. So councillors are more than welcome to submit their comments into this before we finalize, have the formal final document. Just to say that I know that what was burning for you was is an authorizing official. The authorizing official is the most senior in the department, who is the ED for that department that would be overlooking, and there's certain criteria set, etc., that he ticks, etc. Level, I'm not saying the ED cannot make mistakes. That will be your next argument, and say, Mayor, but he's human too, he can make mistakes. We take that into cognizance, and I think that it's clear that you do submit your input and let us a document that will have much more meaning going forward. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. Can you the item then, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much. Please move on, please.
Item C3437, procedure for processing unauthorized, irregular, fruitless and wasteful expenditure at MPEC and FDB. Speakers for this item is from the TYM and ANC.
Councillor Oyane.
Dumelo le Thabang, they think Babshlale. I see a beautiful lady at the back there, so now they are proposing physical meetings. But it's okay. Well, I've had I've had an extensive meeting with, an extensive phone call with the CFO about this item. And I can say that I'm still not content with some of the things we have discussed. My problem with this item is that, can we please have those items clearly outlined, where we have 5.4 million of unauthorized and irregular expenditure? Can we please have those items clearly outlined? And secondly, I think we deliberated on the same thing in the previous special council sitting, where I said we need to have people who are assuming responsibility of some of the things that are happening in council. They paid 5 million rand, and when we ask who are supposed to play oversight, nobody's taking accountability of that. And in this report, the report says that there is no active participation of the HODs in the MPEC meetings. I think MPEC is just reduced to a toothless watchdog. Even in this council, consistently so, I've always raised my frustration with MPEC having a limited scope, talking about water and electricity losses, nothing else. So we cannot say MPEC effectively doing its functions. So I want to know, why are we not having the HODs giving information that is required so that MPEC can work. And can we have that 5 million of unauthorized Ntontoni also outlined to us so that we may know? And there was a time, I think I've also discussed this with the CFO, to say I do not understand why do we keep on getting the clean audits, because there was a time where I don't know, this one, the HOD of the Gauteng Treasury, he said that there is this misstatement on the financial annual financial statements. But we are still getting the clean audits. Now there is a 5.4 million. We cannot say that it's immaterial. That is why I'm saying, can we bring it forward to us so that we may know why this is this 5.4 million was irregular, it was unauthorized. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. From the ANC. Down as, yes, Alderman Morike,
No,
please.
thank you, Speaker. I think my points, most of them, Councillor Kwena has raised them, but now I'm happy that finally MPEC will have work to do, because this is the role of MPEC to deal with the UIFWE. So at least we'll reduce the UIFWE that we have. We remember when we attended the Speaker's content from the AG's office, that and speakers must also play a critical role to ensure that MPEC deal with the issues of UIFWE. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Alderman. MMC for Finance isn't here today, but MMC Gomez is going to assist us with an answer, please.
Thank you, Speaker. So the two issues that have basically been brought up by both Councillor Huyani and Alderman Modikeng. So the first one is clearly outlined items. So the any items of unauthorized, fruitless and wasteful expenditure are always brought to council. So these are not new items that have suddenly popped up. These are historical items that have been around. So every single one of them has appeared in council before. So I don't think it would be a problem at all to display where they are again. It is part of the report as well, is that all of these items will now appear in the 71 report. So it will come on a regular basis to council so that we can monitor them as well. So they will appear there as a regular thing. The second, you're talking about higher levels not taking accountability or responsibility. Once again, the specific item, this is part of what it deals with. So up until this point, it has not been the responsibility of the executive director to partake in it, necessarily go and account to MPAC and to push them. But this particular item will now address that. So ultimately, the responsibility for any of these items will go directly to the executive director of that specific department. So I think that your points are totally valid, but this is exactly what the item is going to address. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, MMC. Executive Mayor.
I think, Speaker, as Alderman has indicated, that this finally gives Councillor Kwena some teeth also. It gives you teeth now. Alderman Modikeng will tell you that if you didn't have much to do as MPAC, now you can ask those questions here and you must get answers with this report. So I'm very excited. I mean, if you look at Councillor Kwena, page 526, the procedure for processing UIFWE, that whole thing explains to you exactly the powers and everything on what's going to happen. It's outlined for you. So this is fantastic. And just to say that 5 million plus is not one particular, it's, as MMC Shante indicated, it's historical amounts that we've dealt with, we've brought here to council, etc., etc. So this will clear up and ensure that we minimize these UIFWs, etc. Thank you. And it's got nothing to speak with the clean audit, so we will get a clean audit. Ease some of the, no, I'm not sounding arrogant. I don't want to sound arrogant, but just to indicate that it is of a concern. We want to minimize UIFW. Sometimes mistakes do happen. Remember, investigated these. We still have one of the lowest, I think, within the municipalities in South Africa.
Certainly the lowest in Gauteng.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely the lowest in Gauteng. But we're not proud, Alderman Mudikeng, of this. Alderman Mudikeng, you can have a chat with tell you.
Ho bua le wena direct ka ene, ke kopa ho bua Sotho, mohlomong sekgowa sa ka se balehile, di-data tsa teng di fedile. Re dula re bua taba ena ya hore re le MPEG re hloka di-resources tsa hore re etse mosebetsi wa rona. Mme ha re bua taba ena o thatiselletse ho yona, o tiise hore okay, ke a leboha. Ha re bua taba ena ho rona hore eno re ntse re bua dileng, na ebe wa ntiisetsa le kajeno lena hore taba ya MPEG e tla lokiswa. Buane ha e sa le ntse re bile re bua re batla ho etela tse ding tsa di-project, re kgone ho bona nnete, re netefatse kapa tla hore re sebetse empa e sa etsahale taba eno jwalo. Ke a leboha.
Seated Mayor, maybe you can just give us a brief.
Yeah, Speaker, look, I think in regard to Kwena's concerns, it's a question that I always ask, is our MPEG capacitated enough to do their work? Do they have sufficient resources? Sure that they, and it's a question that we have, or a question that has been raised here previously. And it's a good thing you're raising it. This item now, as I've indicated, Councillor, pays more special attention to the functions and what you do. It is something that we must continue putting on the table, and now I'm putting it to the executive in council as well, to say that we must ensure, but you must clearly outline exactly what type of resources is it that you need over and above what is being given to you as a committee to do your work. And I know that the last time you referred also to you would like to do oversight and visit some of these capital projects and confirm whether indeed value for money or it did. I said in the last that we do procure PPE for MPAC. But MPAC, however, having said that, I do encourage that MPAC goes outside. But I also want to say it must be in consultation with the relevant department and the MMC, as well as the officials there, because there is no point you go on site and the information given to you, what is, have your own decision, draw your own line there. But they can explain to you that this is what it is, this is what, and you can engage in questions there. And if you are not happy, you know the process to follow. So it's important that you are not reduced to the mere structure of council that power. So I'm appealing again. Exactly. Because when I asked the question in the executive, I everything that you do need. So no, it's fine. If that is not the case, hence I'm now asking the MM to meet with MPAC as soon as possible to ensure that you can have a deliberation or a discussion on resources. I'm not promising you're going to get everything that you want, but we will try to capacitate you as much as possible. I want you to do oversight, because we position ourselves as a transparent government. We've got nothing to hide. but you must go and confirm. It's within your right as committee members. So if you can, for me, meet with MPAC as soon as possible and just understand when they say lack of resources, what exactly do they mean, and so that we can ensure that we assist where possible, we capacitate them to do their job. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. Can we then accept the item, ladies and gentlemen?
Agreed.
Thank you very much.
Item C 3438, submission of the roads and stormwater master plan for Midvaal local municipality 2024-2025. Speakers for this item is from the ANC.
Before I ask the ANC to speak, MMC, you just announce to us the amendment you wish to bring.
Thank you, Speaker. So we would just like to remove recommendation 3 and keep recommendation 1 and 2 where we note and adopt the master plan. Thank you.
Councillor.
No, thank you, Speaker. I'm finally happy the new MMC adopted St. Patrick Road. When Mayor was an MMC of the similar department, denied that that road belongs to us as Lakeside people. And my people have been suffering for some time. There's no grading of road. Into a number of IDPs that must be tied because it's the main entrance to Lakeside Estate. I'm happy and I just hope I'll see progress on that road. Nonetheless, MMC on page 658, you have been misled. I just sent you the pictures where me and the executive mayor, we went physically to unblock that stormwater and it's fully functioning. We don't experience on that. So can it be removed because it's a false report? We don't have that crisis anymore on that road. And I'd like to propose which are maybe just because they are easily to be maintained and blockage of stormwaters. Also, maybe I need clarity on page 772 and 774. It says 2.6 kilometers is priority 2. Are you referring to the same street I just mentioned? And 6.4 kilometers says priority 4. Are you referring to the existing one where we need to research? Because I believe I'll visit your office soon because there's one road, Val Avenue, that maybe we need to discuss. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. MMC.
Thank you, Speaker. So first of all, just to qualify, the picture of that stormwater drainage, so remember that this particular stormwater report has been a year in the making. So at the time when they took the photos, it did look like that. In fact, when they presented to the mayoral committee the other day, that same disclaimer was made and they had new photos that showed what it now looks like. So it is correct, but it was an issue at the time. In terms of, and I do agree, obviously we are aware that the stormwater drainage needs to be cleaned on a regular basis. It is part of the report. Regular maintenance is definitely a must. In terms of St. Patrick's on page 772 and 774, I will have to get back to you on that. So let me come and sit in my office. Thank you.
Executive Mayor.
Councillor Sithole, don't be too happy, as well as Alderman Mudike. So it's something that I picked up as well. We can still prove that that road is not in Midvaal. Remember that this was a consultant, and because we share the border, you know the borders of Midvaal and Mfuleni there. All of our engineering studies that speaks to roads, our own personal reports, shows that that road does not belong to Midvaal. I hear you, I agree with you, it is an access or main road for both communities, Mfuleni and Midvaal. It is a frustration because you know that in terms of our books, we've done all your roads there. right? Except, yes, yes. So don't get too excited yet, Councillor Sithole and Speaker Mudikeng, because we will have to just ensure and make a follow-up from the consultant. It is right there because some of the houses that are placed on the western side of that road are in Midvaal, but those on the eastern side are in Mfuleni. And I think this is where the confusion is. So I don't know if that road is supposed to be split in half. Maybe Mfuleni can do one side of the road, we do the other side of the road. But it definitely is not the ownership of the municipality. Unless if you are proposing maybe in the next, demarcation board, that we get that road to officially fall within the borders or jurisdiction of Midvaal, then it's perhaps we can then look at maybe a priority, being a priority one, subject to availability of a budget. But yeah, it is a frustration. All mine was to say, don't get too excited as yet. Sorry to give you the bad news.
Can we then pass the item, ladies and gentlemen?
Agreed.
Thank you very much. Mr. Brana?
The following items were circulated under a separate cover. Item C3439, determination of upper limits of salaries, allowances and benefits of different members of councils, remuneration of public office bearers, Government Gazette 51419.
Do we agree, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much. Yes, I see there's hands there.
Yeah, no.
Yes, ma'am.
No, Speak. I'm not sure, man, because last day when we were dealing with this item, we just said and sent the report. Then the MEC sent the report back to say he wants the votes. We must raise our hands and vote, and because it's going to turn it back and we'll arrive 25 December with nothing. Yes, we must raise our hands and say, yeah, want to see those who don't want it.
Thank you, ma'am. I think we'll do that just to be on the safe side. Do you want to speak, ma'am? Just for the vote.
Yeah. I think that was the issue. So the MEC and his office are being too technical. And well, we've corrected it now. So I did give an instruction to the MM that as soon as we have the resolution, we send it now immediately to the MEC and see if we can get an outcome at least by next week. So I know that some of the councillors have approached our speaker to say that we hold on to the funds to March next year for Easter.
Councillor De Belle? And I do want you to vote so that we can count the hands. All in favour? I thought you were voting, Councillor.
Because get this report, it says that technicalities that need to be done. We should, I don't know which use. We should resolve that maybe we should agree with the first one, with the first cassette, and then from there we to the what I was trying to say, Speaker, is that now are we going to vote once on both of them? Okay, two. Okay. Okay, that's the clarity that I wanted, Speaker. Thanks.
But then just to add to what you just said, then we must deal with item 9A26 first, because the date of that Government Gazette was 17 October, and the second one was 21st. So then we must do it in order to satisfy those who like to tick the boxes. I see Mr. Councillor Satorn.
No, Speaker, I think if MEC is going to dribble us, I'll be leading that march to his office so that we do it all there.
So noted and agreed. So can we then vote, ladies and gentlemen, on the second 9A, which is the one that relates to Government Gazette number 51407, dated 17 October 2024. All in favour? It's for your salary increase. Councillor Ndebele, are you voting still?
Yes, Speaker, I'm voting, but I just want the Speaker to help the House because it seems like there is a confusion amongst the councillors. Because there are those, but they are not sure actually who took this here. Councillors, you are voting for our parliaments, the increment of our salaries. So if we are not voting, the Speaker must note certain councillors, this and that, they do not want, we divide them up. Speaker.
I take that on the light note. Thank you, Councillor. Can we deal with 9A25? And Councillor Yanni.
No, before I quickly say, are you saying
Six councillors have voted for the upper limits. Yes. 2024. Councillor Bowen. That we've all voted of it.
The MEC to record those councillors who are present here, out of those who voted in favour, who voted against, who abstained from voting, and who was absent from the meeting. So therefore it's necessary, if you're in favour of this item, please raise your hand and say yes, because otherwise I have to record a I cannot vote, person of the meeting, so I don't have a vote in this instance, but that's A26, the earlier Government Gazette. Can I have the floor, please, if you don't mind? 9A25, can we then vote on that one? This is Government Gazette 5419, 21 October, notice number 5. Hands raised. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's basically a unanimous vote, so I'm happy to increase, although I can't guarantee you that it will be on the day and time we hope it will be. Ms. Jamalala, can we proceed?
Item C 3441, proposed consideration by Midvaal local municipality to consider hosting the International Youth Cycling Festival Ikusasa proposed by the National Cycling Union.
I've been instructed for the purposes of this meeting. Ms. Jabalala?
Items of the mayoral committee, delegated matters noted, official notices of the executive mayor.
Speaker, Council, the meeting of Mr. Anton Groenewald as our municipal manager. So you will know that end of this month, and this is the last time that he in council with us. Once again, on behalf of everyone, we would like to thank the guidance, you know, that you've given this municipality, all the accolades. You know, the reminded me this morning that we've now received in total 26 awards as a municipality. Salga, Randwater, various ratings Africa, EMR, and yeah. The will be missed. You know, we will miss him as an institution, and I think that as much as we are sad, but we are also happy for him because it is growth, and hopefully he will go and assist in Tshwane. I think Tshwane does need some helping hand, and I trust that they will be in good hands with Anton Groenewald joining that particular team. So on behalf of all of wish you all of the best in your future endeavors, and we know we've gained a friend and a family member of this council. So thank you so much once again, Can we stand up and
Thank you, Executive Mayor. Councillor Yanni.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Mayor, I think I was not here when we had that lady who was the municipal manager. Can we please be taken into confidence as to what is really happening? Because every time there's somebody who's leaving and we are told that they are maybe pursuing greener pastures, I don't believe the story. Is there anything that is really happening? Because, no, on a serious note, again, I've always been talking about this thing of regrading. Maybe it's part of why we are losing people who are qualified to do their jobs here. So such things must be noted and very seriously. Because even though we are saying we are proudly embracing municipality, this municipality has this progressive what, but people are leaving each and every time. And we cannot just keep on saying we're part of the family. Who's going to leave next? Is it only this thing of greener pastures here, or is something that is happening that we do not know of? Thank you.
Executive Mayor.
Look, I think, Councillor Kwena, the reality is that, well, one, you are correct, the regrading, the remuneration package, the grade of municipality or level that we are in, for professionals like Mr. Anton Groenewald, you know, unfortunately, they will leave us if better offers comes across. And the sad reality is that that's part of the reason as to why he is leaving us, because he has a better opportunity financially wise. So it is also growth and a different challenge for him as well within his career path. And also more security in the position that he's going in. If you look at, I'm not saying the is old, the is still very young in every area. I think once you reach Councillor Kwena, his age, I would have done the same. You want more security, and you want to ensure that you, by the time you do go to retirement and pension, that all of your things have been sorted out. He does leave with a very sad heart. He can tell you. submitted to the relevant sphere of government. Unfortunately, we've not received any feedback as yet, and I do suspect that it's because of perhaps the time in the year, calendar year that we are in. People have on the MEP Bolo had asked us to resubmit, and we submitted documents again to himself. So we're really doing that, and it goes over and above the If you look at the number of officials this year, I think it's in 30. Yes, these are professionals that we've lost, and all of them have one thing in common, which is what I also ask myself within the professionals that we have. Everything within our power, within the law, to ensure that the is appointed at the highest bracket, but unfortunately, it is still not enough. That is the unfortunate part. So the is on superior grade, which is the highest. I can't go over and above that. Otherwise, I will be in jail myself. So that is the reality of it. To put it mildly to you, it's, so that is the sad reality. It's something we continue pursuing so that we do not lose our talented officials of this municipality. Is that our officials are also being headhunted and poached by bigger municipalities. Of the brand, losing to Mfuleni, King, one of our, because Mfuleni is on a level 5. Great.
New motions, there are none. Last item, closure.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world is changing every day. We're about to go into recess, and as I'm sure you will agree with me, recess is often a time of festivities, but it's also a time when people tend to overindulge and take risks that they wouldn't otherwise take. I'm beseeching all of you to please, as the Afrikaners say, houmatig, means be reasonable with yourselves. Don't overindulge. Don't do silly things. I want to see all these faces exactly the same as they are at our first council meeting next year. Go well, be well, enjoy your festive season, but take care. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Bye.